I checked the marriage registration with my fiancé, Chris. The clerk said, "Well, let me check you." And received it. While waiting, Chris walked to his good mood. With him, I could build a happy family. Get along well with his family. Just as I was thinking that, Chris's words became more worrisome.
It took a long time. Once they submit the marriage registration form, she won't be able to escape so easily.
I finally got my servant.
I won't have to work now either.
Chris, you did really well. From now on, we can live luxuriously.
Yes, I want a brand bag.
I want golf clubs.
I'll even let her do all the housework. We can live gracefully from now on.
I couldn't believe what I've just heard. What are these people talking about? As I froze in surprise, the clerk's eyes were wide. Apparently, she heard that too. Maybe Chris and his family so they didn't realize they were talk than they thought. The clerk looked at me and whispered, "There's no mistake, but I'll give it to you." She gently handed the marriage registration form back to me. I whispered, "Thank you so much. It's in my bag. My name is Mary, 30-year-old office. I studied really hard to get into a high-level high school and university. Then I got a job at one of the most companies in the world, and I focused on producing results. Then I was promoted to section manager at the age of 30. The harder I worked, the more results that were fun and fit my personality. But sometimes I feel lonely. It's been a while since I last saw my friends getting married, or having babies, and seeing them so happy makes me feel sad. I wonder if I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life."
Mary, what are you thinking about?
My coworker Justin talked to me. "Oh, hi, Justin. Did I look like that?"
You looked like you were having a
"It's nothing. Thanks for worrying."
Oh, okay.
"That's not good. Maybe I really should get a boyfriend." I asked a friend of mine for advice, and she held a home party for me. That's when I met Chris. Chris is the same age as me and works in an IT company too, so we had a lot to talk about. We started dating, and our relationship continued smoothly, and we got to know each other better and better. He's very family-oriented, and I got his family early on. I was often invited to his parents' dinner.
Mary, it's nice to meet you. I'm Catherine, Chris's sister.
I'm his dad, Mike.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mary.
Hi, I'm Chris's sister, Kate. I didn't know Chris had such a cute girlfriend.
His family seemed very nice.
Do you have any food you don't like?
No, I can eat anything.
Chris has a lot of picky eaters.
Oh, that's a childhood thing.
Well, what did Chris hate?
He hated broccoli and asparagus. I had to shred it and put it in meat.
Oh, really?
Mom, stop it. You're embarrassing me.
A friendly and happy family. That's what I always wanted. My parents divorced when I was in school. I lived with my dad and my sister, my mom. My sister and I didn't get along very well. So when I found out that we were separated, I wasn't that sad. The reason why my dad and mom divorced was because they both loved their work and didn't want to do housework for us. In the end, they decided to divide one child and share the housework equally. Both my dad and mom had high incomes, so neither of us had trouble living. My dad was not indifferent, but he left me alone and let me be free. I really wanted to be independent. I thought the best way to do that was through a high-level university and getting a good job with a great company. So I studied really hard. Then I was able to get a job at one of the most famous companies in the world, but I had never felt family love. She adored Chris' warm family.
Think of us as your other family.
I guess Chris said so because of his family situation. I was regularly invited to his parlor for dinner. His sister Kate seems to think of real sister and asked me about work. After graduating from university, Kay took a job at a dishonest company. where he worked long hours with no overtime pay and too much work. So she quit and is now working part-time at an ice cream shop. But now she's looking for a full-time job and asks me for advice.
Thank you, Mary. This is very helpful. Mary, you were like a real big sister. I always wanted a big sister.
Oh, that's so sweet. My sister never thanked me for anything, and she wasn't as nice as you at all.
Oh, really? Let's go to many places together.
Great, let's do that.
Wow, I'm so happy. I have many cafes and restaurants that I visit with you.
Okay, let's go there on the same day then.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Kate was really cute, and I'm glad we got to know each other.
It was around this time that Chris to me out of the blue.
Mary, will you marry me? I want to build a warm family with.
I was so happy.
And we told Chris's family that we were getting married.
Oh, you are finally getting married?
Finally, Chris proposed to you.
Now you're going to be my sister-in-law.
His family was so happy.
We'll have to talk about the wedding stuff.
Chris looked so happy. That day we had dinner there, and yes, I'm finally getting married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. People at work congratulated me. On the next holiday, we were invited to Chris's parents' house again for lunch.
On the way, Chris said, I have something important to tell you later.
Okay, 33. Chris said happily, so I guessed it's something good. When we arrived at his parents' house, there was a stuffed turkey on the table. Are you celebrating something today? Chris's mom smiled and said,
I am so happy to think that Mary will be my daughter-in-law.
she looked cute as she said it shyly. We opened a cold beer and enjoyed the view.
It's nice to have something to celebrate.
After some light chit-chat, Chris,
Oh, I forgot to tell you something. I'm thinking of going to the marriage registry today.
what?
Actually, I've already prepared it.
I was surprised to see that the new version of the software had been released. Sure, we'll be registering our marriage today. Is today a special day?
No, it's not like that.
Then why are we going today?
I just wanted to get it done as soon as possible.
Why not after the wedding?
The wedding is still a long way off.
When we visited several restaurants, one that we really liked and decided our wedding there. However, it was a very popular restaurant that we were able to make a reservation months later. I think we should wait until after the wedding.
No, I want to be married to you as possible.
The sooner, the better for us too.
Mary, I agree with Chris. You should get married as soon as possible.
We were going to find an apartment in the middle of Chris's work and my...
Yeah, about that. We're thinking of into this house together.
What? I was so surprised. Well, I'm not sure if it's a mistake or not, but I can see that you have used for instead of form. It should be form instead.
I mean, it'll take time to find an... We have to prepare for the wedding. Then I think it would be better to parents' house first. And take our look for an apartment to live in.
Chris may have a point, but I'm not living with his family. And I don't have a good impression together with my family. Chris's family members are all nice? They really be okay?
We're already ready to welcome you, family. We understand your family situation, so you don't have to worry about are your personal information safe with us.
I thought at this point I could live them. Okay, thank you so much. 33.
Then let's go to the marriage registry.
Kate said so, and Chris and his pair agreed. I said, okay, let's do it. We decided to go to the marriage bureau together. Kate, who doesn't drink alcohol, drove us there. I must have had too many beers and nervous that I had to go to the bath. So I went to the bathroom before filling up the marriage registration form. When I came back from the bathroom, parents and Kate were talking happily. I checked the marriage registration, submitted it to a clerk with Chris. The clerk said, well, let me check you, and received it. With him, I could build a happy family. get along well with his family. Just as I was thinking that, Chris's words became more worrisome.
Once they submit the marriage registration form, she won't be able to escape so easily.
I finally got my servant.
I won't have to work now either.
Chris, you did really well. From now on, we can live luxuriously.
I couldn't believe what I've just. Maybe Chris and his family were so used to talking that way. They didn't realize they were talking than they thought. The clerk looked at me and whispered, "There's no mistake, but I'll give it to you." She gently handed the marriage registration form back to me. I whispered, "Thank you so much," and put it in my bag. After I put it in my bag, Chris came.
Has it been submitted with no problem?
Yes.
Then let's go home.
I followed Chris's family. They used to look like a warm friar family, but now they just look so. That day, they drove me home. But the day Chris told me that we got married and would be living with his parents for a while, I said, okay, and decided to move my parents' house to find out if that conversation was true. Of course, I pretended that I could handle it all on my own, telling Chris that I would sell my stuff to a recycling center. And we started living together at his parents' house. As soon as I arrived there, Chris's family changed.
Mary, I will manage all the finance. House. So, put all your salary into this,
And Chris agreed with her.
I'm sure my mom will take care of it. She will give you money for lunch or things, and she will manage household finance as well.
Oh, really?
That's right. So don't worry about your entire salary. Oh, and one more important thing. DC housework. Do you have a problem with that?
I'm working, so it's a bit of a burden doing all the housework.
Oh, are you such a coward who won't even try to start?
Shut your mouth and do all the chores. Now you are our daughter-in-law.
Chris's dad said this with the scar he had ever shown me. And even Kate said,
I like your brand bags. Buy some for me, too.
And Chris said, Mary, you're now part of our family. So do we tell you to...
I realized that it's their real charge. They had been trying to take advantage of the situation from the beginning. I don't want to.
What? What did you say?
I can't accept everything you just... I won't do all the housework. I won you my entire salary, 33. When I said that, Chris and his family were furious.
Hey, Mary, what are you talking about?
You are our daughter-in-law.
Just do what we tell you to.
Your value is only to enrich our lives.
They raised their voices. I'm not your daughter-in-law. You had that conversation at the marriage bureau, didn't you? After that conversation, I decided register our marriage. 3, their faces turned pale.
Oh, fudge. Are you sure you didn't give it to...
Why don't you check with the marriage registry? I already put the marriage registration in the trash. I can't live with people who take ack of me. Let's just break up, Chris. Chris fell into a heap. I left the house. Apparently, they had already made plans for an overseas trip with their family and had even booked a luxury hotel and first-class airline tickets because the day I broke up with Chris was a day before the trip, so they had a lot of cancellation fees. Chris asked me to pay the cancellation fee, but of course, I refused and immediately blocked him from contacting me. Now they have around 50,000 due debts, and they are all cursing each. They were only connected with money. Chris's family didn't have a very good relationship either.
Mary, did you cancel the marriage?
Oh, Justin, have you heard about that already? Rumors really do spread fast, don't? You can laugh if you want.
I'm happy
What? Why?
because that means I have a chance.
He looked embarrassed when he said. A few months later, he asked me to, and he proposed to me recently. I'm so happy now.
Chris and his family are a bit scary. They've been only nice to Mary from the beginning to take advantage of her. I'm glad she found out their true nature before they got married. I was wondering about the rest of the story with Justin. But for now, I wish her a happy marriage this time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.